between President Museveni, myself, my brother Hassan Sheikh, and the Prime Minister Abiy, we are planning to have a meeting to also reduce the tensions that currently are in the Horn of Africa. Because the security of Somalia, the stability of Somalia, contributes significantly to the stability of our region.
The impact of our collective response is positively correlated with the linkage and synergy we develop in a three-pronged approach: the national, continental, and global platforms and networks. The policies we articulate and the implementation mechanisms we map out at the individual national level will not provide the primary panacea to this global challenge. Africa can tap and incorporate the numerous scientific measures undertaken by global players in the field to bolster its purposeful mitigation measures.
To DRAR for Africa, where we navigate the inspiring perspectives of African leaders on continental independence by emphasizing the necessity of internal cooperation and joint developmental ventures. They outline a blueprint for reducing dependency on Western countries. Dive into this crucial discourse on forging a future of shared prosperity and empowerment for Africa. Let's begin.
As East Africans, we demand that we complete this journey of consolidating this East Africa into what our forefathers thought about. Between President Museveni, myself, my brother Hassan Sheikh, and the Prime Minister Abiy, we are planning to have a meeting to also reduce the tensions that currently are in the Horn of Africa. Because the security of Somalia, the stability of Somalia, contributes significantly to the stability of our region and the environment for investors and business people and entrepreneurs to thrive. In the same spirit, the process in DRC, which EAC has been involved in, and we welcome the suggestion by DRC to unify the two processes, the Luanda process and the Nairobi process, into one process. We got recommendations from DRC that they would rather this process be put together under Luanda process, under the facilitator, President Uhuru, from the Nairobi process, be enjoined in the Luanda process, and we are in support of a process rather than running two parallel processes. It is better that we have one process that would help consolidate all efforts and all actors so that, again, we can meaningfully contribute to the peace and stability in DRC as a way of making sure that our region has the security that we need, the stability that is necessary for us to continue the journey of building prosperity for the people of our region. Kenya is invested in supporting the peace, the security, the stability of our region, and we will spare no effort in deploying our capabilities, our abilities to secure our region as we focus on what helps us to grow.
Isaias Afwerki conducted on November 30th with Eritrean media outlets. In the detailed interview, President Isaias shared his insights on critical global, regional, and domestic issues. On global changes and U.S. leadership, President Isaias highlighted the global impact of Donald Trump's Make America Great Again policies, viewing them as a sign of the U.S.'s diminishing dominance in the world, increasingly influenced by China and Russia. He criticized U.S. efforts to isolate these rising powers, arguing that such strategies have failed and are counterproductive. Instead, he called for a new international system based on fairness, mutual respect, and shared progress, urging nations to move away from competitive and confrontational policies. On conflict in Sudan, President Isaias underscored Eritrea's long-standing cultural and historical ties with its neighbor. He criticized external forces that worsen the conflict, asserting that foreign interference undermines Sudanese sovereignty. He called for a Sudanese-led resolution, noting that Eritrea has consistently supported peaceful resolutions, including a 2022 proposal aimed at facilitating dialogue and a smooth transition for the Sudanese people. On Ethiopia and regional cooperation, President Isaias addressed regional dynamics, focusing on Eritrea's collaboration with Ethiopia, Egypt, and Somalia. He dismissed misinformation campaigns suggesting Eritrea's destabilizing role in the region, and instead emphasizing Eritrea's focus on fostering trust and unity. On Ethiopia, he pointed to the ethnic divisions enshrined in its federal system as a root cause for ongoing instability. He urged Ethiopia's leadership to prioritize national unity and institutional reforms to ensure long-term peace and stability. He also praised the importance of the tripartite summit involving Eritrea, Egypt, and Somalia as a platform to strengthen regional cooperation and address shared challenges, including security and development. On Eritrea's development priorities. In discussing Eritrean plans for 2025, the President outlined ambitious goals across key sectors on water infrastructure, massive conservation and irrigation projects to boost agricultural and ensure water availabilities. On energy, expanding energy access through solar, wind, geothermal, and thermal sources to support industrial growth and improve living standards. On housing, addressing housing needs with new projects aimed at creating sustainable and affordable homes for Eritrean citizens. On manufacturing and investment, revitalizing manufacturing through modern energy solutions and creating opportunities for local and diaspora investors to participate in Eritrea's development.
Build an economy, agriculture, food security, manufacturing, clean water, electricity, and good transportation and communication. How do you achieve that? Just from scratch, jump to somewhere and say I've achieved something? These were the real challenge. And the real challenge was, do you have the resources for doing it? You may aspire to achieve some goals, but definitely you need resources to do that. And that was serious for us. The external challenge was so many problems, regional, international problems, even in terms of implementing programs, the disparity of our approach to addressing issues. Say, for example, do we go for aid to build our economy and build a capacity for sustainable growth, or find our own ways and options for doing that? That external challenge was always there. In spite of the security challenge we have faced the last 15 or so years, which has been a very, it's been a learning experience for us. Been a long experience. We've been able to face this challenge, and in solidarity with our partners in Africa, with China, Asia, Europe, Americas, definitely. It's not deniable. It does disrupt economic development here or there. It cripples abilities here and there. But that's one of the challenges. The damage done to our economy through these sanctions have been tremendous. but we say we have learned our lesson. It has made us more resilient and more determined to continue our struggle, endeavor to change the quality of life by improving our economy. Inviting interference and corrupt practices while mobilizing our own resources will be enabling and motivating creativity at the level of the continent. I urge everyone to not be attracted by the billions that are being promised by so-called donors. Rather, we would like to mobilize our own resources and get away from this dependency that will definitely compromise everything.